episode 103. This is Casserole number 9 of Chew on This, a Nerds United podcast. I'm BJ.
Vic, these numbers are getting really high. We got to change them. We got to do something like A3 or something like, or B3.
B3. It's just like it's too much casserole. I'm getting full.
No, well, I was talking about the episode numbers. Like, I never
yeah.
thought. Like, now when I have to number the folders, I'm kind of like, this is too much work.
Yeah, it's like an extra number.
It's an extra number. I never thought we'd get this far.
That's just like on. Do you know that when they did Return, what was that Revenge of the Jedi? It was like too many letters, and so like it costs way more money to do that in advertising. It's either that or Return just sounded better because Jedis don't actually seek revenge. But whatever you want to believe, I don't care. So. Anyway, so we're doing a casserole tonight because there's a lot to talk about. There isn't like one specific thing.
Right. It has nothing to do with the fact that we couldn't come up with a normal topic.
Yeah, let's say that. So, but a lot of stuff happened earlier in the week.
There's
trailers.
Lots of trailers. Shit. Where do we start?
Let's start with something that I want to start with New Mutants because
okay, that kind of came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere. I mean, I knew they were making this movie, but watching the trailer, I'm like, okay, this is something that they've never done before. They're kind of venturing into the horror realm in Marvel, but it's in the X-Men universe, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
So what did you think of that trailer? I know what I thought of it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, Vic's going to piss his pants. He's not going to want to go watch this.
I'm not going to go watch it, but not because the trailer looked bad. Because it was scary. It was really cool. I mean, the trailer was unlike anything we'd ever seen before. So I'm all for that trailer, but it was it was scary. but the trailer looked really good. It made it seem like one of those penitentiary type horror movies.
Yes.
And you would have never known that it had anything to do with comic books or X-Men unless they actually said it. Because the whole time that something goes creepy in the hospital or wherever they're at, it seems like it's a dream. So you would never know that they had powers.
Right. And it wasn't until they showed the Marvel logo, and then they mentioned mutants
right
in the trailer. You wouldn't have known. So yeah, I mean, it would have just looked like any other like horror movie type thing. But
it looked good though. I mean, it looked really good. So
looked polished. But I just got done watching American Horror Story season 2, which has to do with the asylum.
Right.
So I'm watching this trailer and I'm just like having these like really bad flashbacks of that season. So I don't know.
I stopped watching that after they jumped the shark in the fucking first season when they brought the Black Dahlia into it.
Oh yeah.
I was so pissed.
You're like, forget this.
Yeah, I think I finished out the season and I was like, I'm never watching this fucking thing again.
Oh man.
Because I was already kind of into it because the Black Dahlia thing didn't happen, till later on.
Right.
Much later in the season, so I was already kind of invested, but I made a conscious effort to never fucking watch that show again.
Well, it just gets worse. I mean, season 2 is the asylum. Season 3 is like this I'm into now. It's like a witchcraft thing.
No.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Whatever.
So the second trailer that dropped over the week was Justice League. And of course, they dropped that a day before, The Last Jedi. They always seem to kind of like Disney and Warner Brothers always seem to kind of compete. And they did that when we were at Celebration Anaheim. I remember the day that we were at Celebration, like the Batman versus Superman trailer happened. It leak that morning or whatever. It came out before the Force Awakens trailer. So I'm just like, oh, really? But man, I watched this trailer and I'm even more leaning toward this movie's not going to be good. Like even more now because there was just too much like it reminded me of like the end of Suicide Squad. Too much garbage flying in the air. Too much CG. Just too much.
Yeah, I get that too.
I they showed it what looked like the whole end sequence where it was just all red,
Right.
and they're all jumping. Like Aquaman is like the Hulk. He's like literally jumping miles on end and jumping through buildings and surfing and flying through the air and throwing his trident, which isn't a trident because it's got 5 forks on it. Um, I don't know, man. What did you think of that trailer?
It's funny because I was thinking the same thing, but then I've watched the next trailer that we'll talk about, the Last Jedi trailer, many times, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
ton of CG in that too, but didn't feel like a ton of CG. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's like 30 seconds of that trailer for the Last Jedi where there's probably not a practical set there, and
Mm-hmm.
but it for some reason just didn't feel like a lot of CG. And in the Justice League trailer when they were showing that it could be another nightmare sequence, who the fuck knows, but
Right.
that end sequence where the sky's all red and the scene that you were talking about, it looked really fake, like really bad. You would think with a movie that has so much banking on it, and a big tentpole movie, that the CG effects would look a lot better
Yeah,
than they
and they've had a
do.
and they've had a lot of time to work on this. I mean, like a
Yeah.
lot of time.
I
I
didn't like Cyborg the way that he looks. I still think he looks like a Transformer. I think
hmm
if you watch like Megatron from the first Michael Bay Transformers, you watch his body like with all that silver all over it, it'll look like the same thing as this. It's ridiculous. Um, I I don't have any faith in this movie at all
hmm
because of obvious reasons, Snyder and the past, but also the trailer itself too. Like right from the beginning, I was pissed when I saw the very very first trailer for Justice League, and
Yeah.
that was the one where Bruce Wayne, not Batman, Bruce Wayne is in broad daylight on a fucking horse asking people about the Aquaman in broad daylight, and I'm
Right.
thinking, do you know you're Bruce Wayne, right? You know everybody knows who the fuck you are, and you're going around asking about metahumans. Like, aren't people going to think that's fucking weird, especially in the day of the internet where we have like, Vine videos and Facebook Live and all this shit? Like, nobody's going to Facebook Live this crap. Like, hell, fuck. There's Bruce Wayne in a bar or in a fishing place, and of course,
Yeah.
nobody has a cell phone here for some reason.
Right.
People in like the desert probably have cell phones, and these fuckers don't have cell phones to record Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
I
fuck,
thought he
like
would.
the Instagram would be like, hey, Bruce Wayne's in my bar right now, fucking asking about metahumans.
Aquaman is tossing him around the bar. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it's funny. He just came up and riding a wave, like literally riding a wave, not on a
Right.
surfboard.
That- and his fork has got like 5 prongs on it.
Yeah, hashtag what the fuck.
Yeah. Hashtag this is not a trident.
Yeah,
This
tweet it out
trident. Yeah.
from
They're
that
all
bar or
tweeting.
wherever the hell they're at. Like, let's call it Sharky Joe's Bait and Beer.
Sharky Joe.
Yeah, and he's got like a
Uh,
Facebook page. So how could he not go Facebook Live with Bruce Wayne? Just like, hey, anybody seen any metahumans around? I'm not Bruce Wayne.
there's like a 1-star Yelp review because someone's like, "Hey, I went in there to eat fish sticks, and this guy like was beating up Bruce Wayne in the bar. I couldn't eat. Like my
Yeah,
food came out
I have no
all
idea what
wrong."
Bruce Wayne was doing in my bar today, but he started some shit.
Yeah, fucked up my bar and all the
And
patrons
somebody
left.
tell me what the fuck a metahuman is, because he wouldn't stop saying it. Bruce Wayne's cheap. He didn't tip me right.
Right. He didn't buy anything. He just
Yeah, he didn't buy
ruined
anything.
my bar.
He just ordered water. Bruce Wayne ordered water at my bar.
And he left a donkey here. It's
why,
like
is, why does Bruce Wayne have a fucking donkey
I don't know, or a horse,
or
or whatever he
horse?
was
Yeah.
riding.
Does
Uh,
Bruce Wayne know he's got like many cars that he could have just drove here?
he could have like flew there in the bat copter or whatever. The bat.
He could have flew there in his
jet.
private plane or private jet. If he wasn't going to be Batman, why the fuck even hide it? Like, just show up on his yacht or some shit.
Or just show up in the show up in the bat jet. Just
Yeah, just
jump out
fucking
as
just
Bruce
jump
Wayne,
out.
like hey, just
And
like,
just have a shirt that
hey.
says "I'm not Batman" or Bruce Wayne,
Right.
so nobody finds it suspicious that you're fucking asking about metahumans in broad daylight.
Yeah, it's
What is he gonna say? I want him for this new amusement park I'm fucking looking for. Like I'm trying to start.
yeah. I got this fish tank
Yeah,
and these
we're no
these
longer allowed to have killer whales, so I thought I'd get a metahuman instead.
yeah.
Fucking retard, whoever wrote this shit.
I have this bar with this fish tank above it.
If there's
I
any
need you
more
to-
evidence, if there's any more fucking evidence that you think the DCEU is not trying to make Batman Iron Man, that is it right there. There's the evidence that
Right.
they are, because they're both fucking filthy rich. You know, they're both philanthropist playboys, but only Bruce Wayne is acting like that kind of a playboy, whereas Tony Stark actually is. So
Right.
Tony Stark doesn't give a shit. He likes the fact. Like, he's so narcissistic that he wants to be known as Iron Man.
Yep.
That's not Bruce Wayne.
No, is the opposite
But-
way. In fact,
but in this-
Bruce Wayne's the mask. Bruce Wayne is the
Yeah.
mask.
Right, exactly. So
You know?
in this this is how little, they know about their characters, that they have this guy who protects his identity more than anything else. He fucking is going around in broad daylight asking about metahumans. On top of that, he reveals himself to fucking the Flash the first time they meet.
Right.
mean,
he's sitting in a chair and he's just
I mean,
like,
if this was like the world's greatest detective, I'd be like, okay, he's probably vetted out, Barry Allen, okay, but clearly he's not the world's greatest detective, as you can see from Batman v Superman. So this is not the world's greatest detective. So he just reveals himself to Barry. Like, I bet you in the movie anything that you're not going to see how much Bruce Wayne vetted out Barry Allen, and he's just
No.
going to fucking reveal himself. Like, he throws a fucking batarang at him. Like,
You know,
what
I
if
think-
what if he got the wrong guy? What if that wasn't really the Flash? Like, what if that was not Barry Allen
it sticks
and he was
right
just
in the head, and
lying?
it's oh,
Like, it was his
shit.
twin brother that was, because again, Bruce Wayne's not the world's greatest detective in this. So it's like his twin brother. It's Larry Allen. Right? And he throws a batarang at him and he fucking kills him. Like, remember Butters with the Chinese star in his eye? Like that. He does that. Like that.
It just reminded me he isn't the world's greatest detective because it's Lois Lane that figures
out the bullet.
everything with the bullet. Yeah.
Yeah. All you need to do is get this Batman riled up, is write him write him some like newspaper clippings in like red ink and really piss him, and he'll kill fucking anybody.
He's like a bull. He's like a bull in a red cape. He's just like, "Arr."
Batman didn't even kill the fucking Joker when he killed Jason Todd.
No.
But this Batman's gonna kill Superman on a 1% might be chance that he might be bad. That he has no idea. He has no fucking clue. Like, everything that Superman has shown is that, yeah, he's a fucking idiot for having that major fight in Metropolis, but he's helpful, right? He's trying to do good, even though he's more like fucking Hancock, right? But Bruce Wayne literally says to Alfred, if there's even a 1% chance, which means he doesn't even know that there's a 1% chance. He says,
right.
if there's a 1% chance, if I'm gonna kill him. And what sets him off is fucking Lex Luthor sending him newspaper clippings written like the Joker, who he never finds out who writes that paper, right? He thinks it's fucking Superman taunting him. Like, Superman took the time to fucking do this. And then he's like, oh, that's it. He sent me newspaper clippings. I'm fucking killing him. He's dead. He clearly did not set off the bomb in the Capitol. He clearly did not set off that bomb in the Capitol, but I'm going to kill him anyway.
Oh man, are we talking about Justice League or Batman versus Superman now?
Oh, we're talking about Justice League, how stupid it is, like dating all the way back there. So flash forward to like, Bruce Wayne, basically killing Larry Allen, Barry's brother, with a fucking batarang, because there's no reason that he knows
like,
it.
"Oh, shit, I
That's
got
why
the wrong
that's
guy."
why we went back to Batman v Superman, because clearly he's the world's shittiest detective in this
Right.
version.
Or just
So
really, really bad at hiding his identity. It's like he's like, oh, there are other metahumans, so all the metahumans are good.
yeah,
So I'll just go and introduce them. Like, hey, I'm Bruce Wayne. I want you to join my team. I don't want to join your team. Okay, well, just remember, I'm not Batman.
and Bruce Wayne was not in your bar
Right. He wasn't here.
on a horse.
Yeah. um, so that brings us to that Last Jedi trailer, and I'm gonna I admit I think I admitted to you that when I first watched it, I wasn't really that keen on it, but then again, the circumstances in which I saw that trailer were not the best. Like I was literally, I think I left here in the
Did you
middle of.
see it at like your son's swim class?
Yeah, I saw it like on my phone because I missed it. I had to leave here right when halftime started. So I rushed over there and then I saw your message going, oh my God, oh my God. And I was like, dang it. So I pulled over and watched it on my phone. And I remember just like driving home going like, that was it, you know? And then I got home and played it like another 15, 20 times.
Like
And
I
like
did.
each time I was like noticed something new and I was getting more and more excited and I was like this is the movie I wanted because Force Awakens, it is what it is, but
I think I know
the,
why you didn't like it the first time, or you didn't know
yeah,
what to think of it.
well,
My g-
because it didn't look like Star Wars,
yeah,
you know,
and that's
yeah,
why I liked it. That's
yeah,
why I liked it.
well, that's why I like it now, but
Yeah,
just at the time.
unlike Kevin Smith watching the Batman v Superman movie, it's never going to get better no matter how many times you watch it. It's actually going to get worse. But with the Last Jedi trailer, I remember, you know, it it drops, I'm watching it, and I my mouth is open the whole time because I can't believe what I'm seeing, which is things I don't recognize, things that I don't feel like have ever seen in Star Wars before. Just those visuals right there. It was, the Force Awakens. We'll get into it later. Had to be made the way it had to be made, but it was definitely like it felt like Star Wars, which was a good thing because
Yes.
the prequels didn't feel like Star Wars.
Right.
And I was begging, hoping, praying that the Last Jedi wasn't like the Force Awakens. The first trailer or the teaser, I should say, was good. It still felt like Star Wars.
Hmm.
Um, it teased a lot of stuff, which was great, but it still looked and felt like Star Wars. This one, when I'm watching it, yeah, there's a lot of familiar faces, but there's things in here, the tone, I guess, the feel of it. It just didn't feel like a Star Wars movie. It felt like something different. It felt like a trailer for like a if David Filoni did it for Rebels,
Yes.
and that's
Actually,
a
yeah.
good way.
Yeah, it did
Like when
feel
they
that
teased
way.
the Vader, when they teased the Vader Ahsoka matchup. Um, was it last season? I think it was, or the season before.
Season before that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. When they teased that, I remember seeing that teaser for it, and I was like, "Oh my god, these are things I've never seen before." And it kind of felt like this, but it was like the tone was completely different in that trailer because you knew shit
Yes.
was about to hit the fan. And the same thing like in this one, where of course the second movie in the trilogies are always the darkest. Um, and so yeah, I felt like it was going to be dark, but I didn't think it was going to be like peril type dark. And obviously seeing Leia was a huge
Oh my God.
thing. And there's a lot of things in this trailer that actually don't tell you the plot like you think it does. You just really need to pay attention to the plot. I'm sorry, pay attention to the background of how this stuff is cut together to try to make a coherent trailer. To like it's really fucking with you is what it's really doing.
They've really done a good job this time around masking a lot of the stuff. Like it's really going to throw people for loops because I was watching it so hard, and I was like trying to figure out exactly what you just said, try to piece the movie together, and I'm like, no, they would not show it to you this way. Like this isn't the way the movie's going to go. They've edited it in such a way that makes you kind of think that. But if you look really closely at, like you said, the backgrounds or things like that, you're like, no, that isn't in the same frame or the same shot or the same scene. Um, but it still fucks with your mind, your head, and
There's got to be some kind of truth about it,
mhm.
because well, you know what? You might not even get that because think about the Rogue One trailer. There was like just fucking scenes missing from it.
Yeah,
But that movie was infamous for the last quarter of the movie being completely redone. To my knowledge, there has been reshoots for the Last Jedi, but not
not
to
that
what
extensive.
no, not where they had to change the entire last quarter of the movie. So hopefully every single thing that we saw in the trailer will be seen in the actual movie. So there's things even from the Force Awakens that never happens. The handoff, the Maz handoff to the lightsaber,
Oh,
that
right, to
never
Leia.
happened. Right.
Nope.
So that was a little, that was cut or something was not fully fleshed out, or they decided to do something different. So barring something like that, there might be some kind of truth to what they're saying, but it's not happening to each other. I'm
Well, the this movie definitely feels like the Empire Strikes Back of the series, or like or if you want to talk like Lord of the Rings, it looks like the Two Towers, because they're all splitting up into their own stories. um, so like Finn and Rose are supposed to be on a mission. Poe's on a mission. Ray is with Luke, and then you have Kylo, with Snoke, and then eventually he kind of breaks off and goes after the resistance. So like they're all have their own stories going on, and then you just have to kind of imagine maybe at the end they all kind of coalesce and kind of go together, because you saw Finn fighting, Phasma, and you saw Ray with Snoke,
I think
that
that was
kind of thing.
I think that might have been my favorite my most favorite moment in that trailer, where it was Finn fighting Phasma, and he takes
Hmm.
that executor's weapon and
Baton, yeah.
yeah, and goes against Phasma, and she blocks it. And I was like, that's the first time I've seen a hand to hand combat fight look that awesome in a trailer for Star Wars that did not involve lightsabers.
Exactly.
The
I like how
yeah,
they're doing stuff that we did as kids, like on the playground with our toys. We've talked about that before. They're doing stuff that we've never seen before. And we're finally get to go see a space battle. We haven't seen one of those in a while. So we're gonna see that. We're gonna see that. We're gonna see some hand to hand combat. We're gonna see some more lightsaber fighting for sure. We're gonna see things about the Force that we've never seen before. I can almost guarantee that, because they started that shit in the Force Awakens. Um, so yeah, I mean, it almost looked like, I mean, if I had to guess what Snoke was doing to Rey, it almost looked like he was sucking the Force out of her. But I don't
maybe.
know. I'm just kind of guessing, but it's a really powerful, really cool trailer that literally tells you nothing about the movie.
No, if
It's
anything, it
it's
actually
crazy,
is designed to actually steer you further away from what the movie is about.
right?
Because again, seems like there's a lot of misdirection going on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even though they fit coherently somehow, it's not the same scenes. That scene where
Right.
Kylo Ren, you think Kylo Ren's talking to Rey, and he might be, but that's probably not the conversation they're having because she's got a completely different background,
Right.
and the way that they cut it and made it seem like Kylo Ren is offering his hand and Rey needs that hand. It doesn't, and that's what they're trying to make it seem like, but y-
Yeah, I don't
it's not
know.
the same scene. So who knows what the? Still, we have no idea what the plot's about. We
I'm
just know the
curious what.
First Order is back,
Hmm.
or re-strengthened and ready to go against the Resistance. This is that's all we know. That's all we,
Yeah.
and there's going to be more Mark Hamill, which is good.
Yes. I'm really excited to see him on screen finally saying words
Yeah, he looked good in the
and doing
trailer.
shit.
He looked
Yeah.
fine in the trailer. Like I was like, oh my god, he's back. Luke is back. And
Yeah.
so, oh man, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about him igniting a lightsaber.
Yeah. Well,
Oh
yeah.
fuck.
I hope we get to see that.
If he
I
ignites
did.
that green lightsaber, oh my god, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, because I did see like a. I remember we were talking about him throwing his lightsaber away, but someone sent a picture that clearly showed Luke with the lightsaber carrying Vader through the Death Star, so he didn't lose it. So he should have it, um, unless he lost it during a fight with the Knights of Ren or whatever happened. I don't know. Can only guess at this point. But watching Ray place the lightsaber into his mechanical hand was pretty sick.
Yeah.
So anyway, so let's move on. Any other trailer that was big this week?
Really quickly, because we got a few movies that we want to talk about, a few things going on on
Hmm.
Netflix. Stranger Things season 2, which we'll have a
Oh,
review next week, I think. Right?
well, two. in 2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah,
So then
27th.
whenever it drops, we'll have a review of that season after the Monday after. We'll binge it. It looked really good. It almost looked like half Hellboy, half Goonies.
It kind of did. The first trailer, was pretty awesome because it used Michael Jackson's Thriller, and and then it just was a lot of visuals that you're just like, oh, looks really good. This trailer though kind of gives you the scope of what they're going to be dealing with, and it looks fucking awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, I can't wait to see this thing. They need it. I mean, 2 more weeks, and then it'll be out. And it's exciting. Anyway, so a lot of cool trailers dropped this week. I'm sure there might have been a couple more, but those are the most notable ones. Um, so you saw a couple movies this week that I didn't see.
I saw one. Well, yeah. I went to the movies to go see one that
Oh,
you saw.
okay,
But then the other movie I saw was the Emoji Movie
okay. So
for the
that thing
kids.
got what that got like horrible ratings. Was it worth? Was it did Rotten Tomatoes get that correct, or was it better or worse?
It's it's worse than it actually should be. I feel like it's like I think it should be like higher than what Rotten Tomatoes has it
Oh,
at.
okay. I thought you were saying it was worse
No, no,
because
no,
it's like at
no.
4% or something, like 8% or something like that.
Let me see. It is a
There was a huge bidding war on that movie when they announced it. Huge bidding war, and I think Sony.
10%.
Oh, okay.
It's not
That's
10%
horrible.
bad. It's not 10% bad.
I wonder why it got such bad ratings. Then I mean,
Well,
no.
let's okay. So you know the message that uh, Bunny Hop was trying to do in Zootopia, that you can be anything in Zootopia as
Right.
long as you put your mind to it. It doesn't matter what you are. You can do anything, right? Just be you,
Mm-hmm.
and you can be whatever you want. This movie is trying to tell you that that same kind of message, but you have more than one layer of feelings or
Okay.
emotion,
Mm-hmm.
but in a really like there's no, you know how in Zootopia it's showing time, it's reiterating that message, but it's just one single message, right? It's
Right.
reiterating that message over and over and again until the very end. Even the fox becomes a cop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's subtle, it's there, but there's like these little things inside of Zootopia that keep reiterating all those little things. Like even like the joke about Bunny Hop saying like, "You can't call me cute. I can call
Right.
myself cute." Like those little things that just subtext, like just put in there for the kids without them knowing, but they subconsciously would know. And a parent would know it right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the Emoji Movie, there's so many like technology jokes and adult humor, like you never understood those little like really perverted jokes in the Bugs Bunny cartoons, but then you watched it like when you were in your 20s, you're like, holy fuck, this is really this is really perverted, right? It's like the Emoji Movie is that. There's jokes in here
Wow.
where you're like, huh, no kid's gonna know that joke. Like my daughter was laughing at the parts because like the scenery was funny and the way they delivered the line was funny, but she had no idea what the fuck she was laughing at. It was like me watching Revenge of the Nerds because I thought it was funny that a sheep came out, like while they were like, and I never knew that they actually had to fuck the sheep until like many years later. I mean, this movie's not that fucked up, but
There's an
there's
electronic sheep running
yeah,
around.
there's jokes in here where you're like, oh, that's pretty smart, but like no kid's gonna get that. No kid's gonna get
Right.
that. No kid's gonna get that shit joke. They just think it's funny that there's a talking poop on screen.
Who was Patrick Stewart, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. There's a joke where they come out of the bathroom and it's the poop and the
The
poop's
two
son
sh- the two
out of the
shits.
toilet, right? And the son turns to the dad, is like, "Should we wash our hands?" And they just start laughing.
Oh God.
And
Okay.
then they walk out of the bathroom like, "Who's number 2? Who's number?" Instead of saying like, "Who's number 1?" And
Right.
like my
Right.
daughter doesn't get that joke. I thought it was like funny, but there's other things in here that I laughed. I think this movie is actually better for adults than it is for kids.
I gotcha.
But it's not
That's
it's not
probably why I
let's
got
put it,
low.
it's not good. There's no like it's not really good,
It's
but
not
it's
Zootopia, yeah.
no, but it's not 10% bad. It's
Okay.
it's like maybe 30 or 40%, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
Um,
My
we
kids and I,
saw.
we skipped it. We
Oh
totally
yeah,
skipped it.
yeah. It's a good thing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
the other movie that I saw was Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman,
Yes, I saw that today.
and we're gonna stay spoiler free on this one. Go see this movie. Go see this
Yes.
movie. Really go see this movie. It's sold as how Wonder Woman was created by this guy.
Hmm.
Um, but it's that's not the main story in
No,
here.
there's so much more to it than that.
There's so much human psychology going on, and at the core of the movie is all about love, and that's how they created Woman to Woman, like to try to fight crime with love more than anything else.
Hmm.
And
Girl power.
yeah,
It's all
yeah,
about girl power, feminism.
this movie's great. It's a I will say that this is I haven't seen a lot this year, but this is probably like my favorite love story of the year.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
It's so different, and the subtleties. I mean, yeah, ultimately he does create Wonder Woman, but if you when you watch the film, if you pay very close attention, you'll see where he got some of the concepts for Wonder Woman. Like every
yeah,
time something happened, I would go ooh ooh ooh, yeah, it's cool. That aspect of it was cool as well. A lot of
right.
like little
But
Easter
but
eggs.
it's so much more than that.
Yeah.
The Wonder Woman thing is just a backdrop to what the story is about. This is not a story about how Wonder Woman was created. This is a story
No.
about the people who created Wonder Woman was even more fascinating than Wonder Woman herself.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There are
Absolutely.
liberties taken with the story, so just keep that in mind. But it's beautifully done, and the director, forget her name off the top of my head, but she did a great job in this movie.
Yeah, it's a good bookend to
Angela Robinson, that's who did it.
okay. So if you watch, hopefully people out there have watched Wonder Woman, but after having watched Wonder Woman and that kind of in my conscience and I just watched it recently again, I think a couple weeks ago. Watching this movie was kind of a cool um just kind of a cool back-to-back thing to do, being able to see how she was created, number one, but also to show like how oh god, see without spoiling it, but just how it came out of that creation, like how the creation came out of what happened in the during his life and all that stuff, because the guy was pretty fascinating and his wife is fascinating, and their relationship is unlike ones that you normally see, and
Just go see it; it's worth it.
yeah, it's really good. It's really nothing funny about it.
Huh.
I enjoyed it though. I thought it was a really good movie.
Yeah, really good. Um, uh, it I'd be curious to see where this movie lies at the end of the year for me.
Yeah, me too. Because it's like a movie totally out of left field. Didn't really even realize I even wanted to watch this movie. Didn't really care. And then I saw the trailer a couple months ago after I watched some other indie movie, and I was really interested. And usually these movies don't come out where I live, so I was really pleasantly surprised that it was here amongst all the other blockbuster movies. So that was kind of a nice surprise for me to be able to go and watch that. So, but now the opposite of that, of like a love story. Um, so
Well,
you
I
told,
finally saw Baby Driver.
oh, you did, yeah, yeah. So the opposite of of a love story is that Baby Driver movie. And
This is
what
really
did
high on
you?
Rotten Tomatoes. This is 93%.
And I don't fucking know why, to be honest with
Um,
you. I'm not. I don't know if you liked it more than I. I don't know, but
it sounds
I
like
did
I
not.
did, but I didn't
I
like it
didn't.
93%.
No, this is more like a 60% for me. I had so many problems with this movie. Um,
I
I mean,
liked
I don't.
Drive better, or
Oh
Driver.
hell yeah,
Was that the
hell
one with
yeah.
Ryan Gosling? I like that a lot
Drive,
better.
drive, yeah,
I
yeah.
do like certain parts of this movie. I don't think I disliked it as much as you. I didn't think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I liked this movie. I would recommend it. Um, but I don't know. Definitely for me, it's not 93% love of this movie, mainly
Mm-hmm.
because the ending fell so short for me.
Oh
Uh,
God, yeah. It was
so
the ending was like over the top and ridiculous and stupid. Like it kind of almost went against the characters, at the end. And
yeah, a
they
little
they
bit.
com- they they completely go against character, and I hate when that happens.
Yeah,
And
what got me sucked in was like the very opening sequence of the movie. I was like, oh, this is cool. This is
same for me.
interesting. And the
Love
driving
the
was
beginning.
real. Yeah, the driving
Yeah.
was real. It was like that's what I loved about it. That it didn't seem like there was a lot of special effects involved. A lot of it was like real stunt work. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, cool. They're gonna, And then it kind of, every time they were doing a robbery or whatever, it felt really good. Anytime
Which
they
wasn't
kind of went,
often. It wasn't
yeah,
often. He only drove a couple of times. Like
yeah,
it wasn't. Um, I didn't care too much for the. I mean, I guess the story portion of it was all right. I
right,
didn't. I kind of liked his character, the baby character, although he had to wear he wears headphones all the time because he's got ringing in his ears, which I'm sure after like 10 years they could have fixed it, but apparently after he got in a car accident with his mom or something like that, that the ringing in his ears never went away.
right.
Um,
Well, without spoiling it too much, I say it's worth a view. Um, but I don't think I kind of disagree. You disagree way more than the Rotten Tomato
mhm.
rating, and I somewhat disagree. I would say it's like a 70% for me.
I think it's because I love Edgar Wright so much. Like I love his movies. I can't really think of one movie that I didn't like of his. I mean, obviously some are better than others. I loved Shaun of the Dead, and Hot Fuzz is kind of a slow burn, but then it turns into this kind of a cool movie. And then the movie where they go from bar to bar. I really like that movie. I can't remember what that's called now, but huge strong cast.
Yeah.
And then of course we never got to see his Ant-Man, so that was a bummer. I loved this was a movie that I grew to love over time. Was Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
liked it on the
like
first viewing. I really enjoyed
like
that.
I liked it the first viewing, but I think I love it even more now. Like the more I've watched it, the more I love it. Kind of like High Fidelity. It's the same way for me.
Mm.
But um, but anyway, I watched this movie and I just felt like fuck, it's I don't know. It had some of his humor and shit in it, but I just didn't think it was as great as people said it was. That's the only thing. And
Me neither.
there's other people in it that are very distracting to me, like Kevin Spacey and Jamie Foxx and John Hamm. I love all those guys.
Hmm.
Not in this movie. They were just caricatures, and I didn't like that. So, uh, what else you got?
Let's see. Let's go to some Netflix stuff.
Oh yeah.
The show called Big Mouth.
Oh
It's a
shit.
cartoon.
Yes.
Watch this fucking cartoon on it's an adult cartoon and I mean fucking adult. Like it's
Put
about
the
a
kids to
teenage.
bed. Yeah.
Yeah. Put the don't watch this with your kids around because
No.
just like you wouldn't have them listen to our fucking podcast, do not put this on because it is
Raunchy as shit.
not only what they say, what they show, and it's fucking hilarious. It's really funny. It's about what 13 or 14 year old kid. Uh,
Coming of age story. Yeah.
yeah, about his hormones and shit, and women's hormone, the girls, coming into their own and their hormones, and it's just really fucking funny. It's all about the sex and hormone, or wanting to
Yes.
have sex and not knowing how to be around girls and stuff like that, and not being able to control your body at that age, and it's fucking hilarious. You gotta watch it.
Yeah, without giving too much away, it's definitely the thing that I found very unique about it is that they found kind of a perfect balance of being extremely raunchy, but also being very like Wonder Years like. So
Yeah,
it's a strange combination, but it fucking works, and I can't wait to see season two because they got to make a season two. This thing is it's so fucking funny. But there were times where I was laughing so hard, but also at the same time looking around me because I didn't want people to catch me laughing at that shit because some of it's very like extremely private, private thoughts that you would have of yourself, but they're like kind of projecting it on there, and you're like, oh shit, like yeah, I remember what it was like to be 14, but holy fuck, I can't believe they just did that. It's like
Yeah.
that shit's secret. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's oh my god, but it is
That's good.
a couple of the guys that are in it. They're from the
The
show that I
League.
love, The League.
Yeah.
Which, if you guys have never seen that, you should watch The League on Netflix. It's fucking awesome. Um, Another really funny show, but no, it's great. A huge surprise.
Yeah.
When you told me to watch that, I was like, all right, I guess.
It's
And
fucking so good. It's
I
so
watched
good.
it. Yeah, I watched it in like 2 sittings. I was just like, it was awesome. But you also did you watch? You watched Voltron, right? Did you watch Voltron
Yeah,
at all?
huge fan of this show growing
I
up.
haven't seen the
Huge
new
fan
season yet.
of the Netflix show. It's so good. I love the stories and the characters, even though I know them from growing up. They give them like a background for each of them, and it's really great. I love the show. They just finished up the second half. Well, they call it season 4, but season 3 was only 7 episodes, and this season was only 6 episodes.
Okay,
Stephen Yeun from The Walking Dead is on the show. He plays Keith.
awesome.
Um, but if you haven't started watching this on Netflix, you have to. If you even remotely liked the Americanized Japanese anime version that you saw growing up, you're gonna love this one. It's really good. Everybody's really good in the show. Um,
Mm.
it's really animated well, and they're doing things that I've never seen for that one season of Voltron. So lots of great character development. You actually care about the characters, which is kind of funny for a show like this. Um, and they definitely, you remember how in Avatar,
Mm-hmm.
The Last Airbender, the cartoon, not the shitty M. Night Shyamalan one, the cartoon where they would go from like dead serious to like that kind of comical animation.
Yes.
They do the same thing in this.
Oh, right on.
So definitely watch this. You've seen the first 2 seasons, right?
I
Or
saw
no?
the first. I saw the first season. Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't watched. I'm
Yeah,
way
this
behind, but
I
I
binge the shit out of this every time it comes on.
all I know is like after I watched the first season, I was like, why can't Netflix rip this away from Michael Bay, right? Transformers away from Michael Bay, and do a Transformers series, on Netflix? Because these fucking guys know, they know what they're doing. Whoever's making this Voltron show,
Yeah,
um,
they are fans, but they're doing it their way
they're
while
yeah.
still not shitting over. Like you can have your own vision for Transformers. Just don't make a mockery of it by just being you, basically. Stop being you.
Let's put
Be
balls on
somebody
a
else.
yeah. Let's put masturbation jokes and balls
Yeah.
on your Transformers. Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
So yeah.
Seriously. I can't wait to
So
rip apart Transformers in one of our episodes.
I know. I haven't so I haven't watched Star Trek Discovery yet.
Yeah,
I
me
have it.
neither.
I have it. I just haven't watched it yet. But I have been watching a show, the Seth MacFarlane show, called The Orville. And I remember I was really reluctant on that show because I saw the trailer and I'm just like, well, this looks kind of good, but I don't sometimes his humor doesn't translate.
The live action.
Um,
Unless
yeah,
it's like Ted.
yeah, Ted 1 was great. Ted 2 wasn't as good. And then Million Ways to Die in the West that was really out there.
It was not
it
good.
tried no, like Blazing Saddles did it way better. And so I was really worried because I saw him as the star of the show, and I was like, oh god, I don't know. And I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, other than like he does do a lot of 80s and 90s references, which if you're in the year, what year is it? 2400 or something like that?
It's calmed
I'm
down a lot.
I'm like, wouldn't you do 2359 humor?
It kind of
not
it
not
kind of feels
1980 humor.
forced. It doesn't feel like it's not as and this isn't knocking the show, but it's almost like trying to do it like Futurama did it because they make a
Yeah.
lot of jokes that are present now, And
But
I
that
think
makes sense because he time travel. He was frozen for five.
no, but they
When
still
he
do
when
they
he
still
woke
do
up.
other things. Like Fry wasn't around for the cell phone craze, and they did that cell phone thing.
Oh
So they
yeah, that was
still
funny.
so I don't know. In the first episode was okay, and the second episode was a little bit better than the first. But then like episode 3 hit, which I think is about
The having
changing
the
the
baby,
sex. Yeah, changing the
the
sex of
change.
the baby. And I
Yeah.
was like, holy shit, this is like a Star Trek episode.
Yep.
Like in the sense that like
A
this
moral
show,
dilemma.
right? Exactly. And I was like, oh my god, did he just fucking do this show? Because I think he wrote that episode.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, oh fuck, episode 3 was completely different than the first two episodes, and then
Yes.
episode 4 is about the people who don't know that they're actually on a ship, which was
Yes.
really great too. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, holy fuck, he's getting it. And yeah, there's still some 80 jokes in there, and but it didn't felt as bad as the first two episodes. But I gave it more of a pass in episodes 3 and 4 because the story was so good.
Yes. Yeah, and the moral dilemma, and then when you think you know what's going to happen, it goes the other direction,
Yeah,
kind of
that
thing.
episode with
And I
the
like
sex
that.
change one, I did not think that was the direction he was going to go. I actually
Yeah.
said it out loud to myself. I'm like, up here it comes.
Yep.
And they fucking went a completely different way. I'm like, oh shit, he went for it. So,
Yeah.
say what you will about McFarlane, but like this show is probably his best work because he is writing a few of these episodes. I'm almost
It.
positive he wrote the sex change episode, but I know for a fact he wrote the episode 4 where they didn't know they were on a ship.
Yeah, and this last one was about. It has Charlize Theron on it.
Oh, he wrote this
Um.
one too. He wrote that one too.
Yeah. Yeah, and that one felt like a Star Trek episode also.
I had a problem with that one, but that's again because of time. When you fuck with
Yeah.
time, and I've watched so many things about time, like she wasn't the only one that should have disappeared.
Right. Right. Exactly. I thought, well, wouldn't you all disappear? Like, I don't. Yeah, I didn't
Well, they
quite
would
get that
actually go
either.
back in time
Oh, right. Yeah.
because
I didn't quite get that either, but at the same time I was like, well, again, moral dilemmas, all the way around there. But it is smartly written, and some of the other characters, they get a time to shine, because there was a bit that they did that was really funny. It was a good setup about practical jokes. Like the one
oh
guy,
yeah.
the guy was trying to teach the robot about practical jokes, and he came back with the joke that just, oh my god, it killed me when I saw it. I thought it was so funny. And then later on he gave him respect for it. He's like, you know what, dude, that was I respect, that was hands down the best joke ever. I don't want
It's
to
pretty fucked
reveal it,
up.
but it's so I know it's really fucked up, but it's good.
I'm
Wasn't there?
I'm really surprised at how good this show is. Like,
Yeah.
I thought I would like laugh at a lot of his dick and fart jokes, right? But they don't really happen in there.
No.
Um,
No. There's a lot of, they do need to kind of get away from they keep referencing the marriage, crumbling, and they mention things over and over a few
well,
times, but
they're gonna tease back that they're gonna get back together, so that's
probably
so.
probably at some point, but I do like the dynamics between all the characters, and
I love the fact that Norm Macdonald is that giant green slime, and he's a fucking pervert that is
he's
always
always
trying to
hitting
find something wrong with himself. Like
he's
he's
hitting
always
on
in
the
the doctor.
doctor.
Yeah, he's always at the doctor's office. Like she's like, "There's nothing wrong with you."
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Um, no, it's good. I'm disappointed that Rotten Tomatoes has it at 30% right now, which I think is
Really bad.
ludicrous.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not that bad. It really isn't. It's actually
getting
way better
better.
than that.
It's getting better.
Yeah, it's one of those shows you got to give it a little bit of time. It definitely made me miss Galaxy Quest though. Like, I know for a fact that for a while they were trying to make that into a TV series. Obviously, it'll never happen because Alan Rickman passed away. Um, but this is a great, it's a great alternative. And now with Star Trek Discovery, I hear some pretty good things about that. It's a really cool time to be watching TV right now. So, um, No, I'm gonna keep watching this show. I hope they. I don't think they've given it a full season order yet, though, so that kind of
Yeah.
makes me nervous. So we'll see. I
Yeah,
hope. I hope it keeps
I
going.
hope I don't keep devoting this much time to the show and they fucking cancel it.
Yeah. Well, is it on Fox or
It's
NBC? I
on
can't remember.
Fox.
See, and if Fox is notorious for canceling shows,
Yeah.
so after 13 episodes, so we'll. I don't
Remember
know.
when they canceled like Family Guy like 4 times,
Yeah.
and to get back at the network in one of their episodes, they named every single show that
Yep.
was
That got canceled.
canceled, and then they were back on the air.
Yep.
That
That
was
was the
fucking
first
awesome.
episode back. It was like the first episode back. But a lot of that had to do with also overseas DVD sales and stuff like that were through the roof.
Oh yeah,
So
I owned every single before they came back. I owned every single Family Guy episode show on DVD because they weren't coming
yeah,
back. So every
yep.
time they came out, I bought it and I would watch it over and over again. Like I could just sit there and just pop the DVD in and I just watch one after the other. It was like
No,
Netflixing
it's
before Netflixing.
right, exactly. Vic Flex.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, it's a great show. I hope they just keep
That other
that
show is
separate
coming
going.
out this Sunday, or it would have been yesterday. Fuck, it's that show with the Daryl from The Office, and
Oh, that's already been out. They're like 3 episodes in or something like that.
are you sure?
Yeah, Ghosted. It's called Ghosted. I've already watched the first two.
I thought the pilot was this Sunday.
No. It was a couple weeks ago. It's not great. It's
Really?
the first episode is really hard to watch. Yeah, I don't know. I have the last one, this season, episode 2 recorded. I haven't watched it yet. The other thing, let's see, a week from this Sunday is going to be Walking Dead, right? I think there's a couple shows coming. Also, we got Stranger Things 2 and we got Walking Dead
Yeah, I'm
in
not
a
watching
couple
Walking Dead.
weeks.
I still haven't watched last season.
Yeah, I
Then there's
know.
talk about a crossover now too between
Yeah,
Fear
I
the
heard.
Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. I'm like, what are you gonna?
I
So
I heard
instead of
about
like
that.
killing people in each of their own show, they're gonna kill each other in a crossover.
Yeah. I I think what's going to happen is there's going to be some second or third rate character from either one of those shows that's going to be on each other's show at some point. I don't think it's any of the main characters. It's probably some passerby or something, because Fear the Walking Dead right now is taking place in Mexico because they crossed the border last season or the season before that. They're like over the border, um, doing stuff there. I stopped watching it after season 2 because I could not connect with the characters. I couldn't. There wasn't a single character that I liked,
Hmm.
and my wife still watches it. She just tells me about it once in a while, but she's been keeping up with it. It's like in season 4 right now or something. Um, not a great to me. It wasn't a great show. She says it's actually really good now, but it's hard to reinvest in that show.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know when I'm ever gonna go back to the TV show The Walking Dead.
well, I tell you, I like I said last year, I said if you could get past like 5 episodes after that Glenn episode, then it starts getting good again. And then the second half is like crazy,
I usually
the
do
shit
that in
that
the
happens.
summertime. Like I usually, say, all right, fine, I'll fucking put the show in that like I've been, trying not to watch. I did that with Supernatural. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so invested in that show. I've watched every single one of their seasons. This season was actually pretty good. So I'm kind of back into it. But they just came back. I haven't watched their season premiere yet. I don't know how much longer that show's going to go, but it's the longest. I think it's the longest running show on
Longest running
CW.
CW. Yeah.
Yeah.
And and CW keeps regurgitating stuff. They did 90210. I guess they're talking about doing Roswell again. And I'm like, oh God.
Did you ever watch Riverdale at all?
I have not. My wife did. She loves it. She says it's really good. So
It's on Netflix. The
I might
first
have to go
season.
back. Yeah, I might have to go back and watch it because it's like a phenomenon right now. People are just like, going ape shit over this thing. Like
I
it's the
watched the first
Beatles.
episode. I watched the first episode, and it's pretty interesting. It's basically just a murder thing. It's got like a little bit of Twin Peaks in it involved. Like it revolves around a murder, and then
Is anyone named Jughead in it?
Jughead. Yeah.
Oh shit! So it does have Betty and Veronica
Yep.
and Archie and
Yep.
Jughead. Okay.
Yeah, it's
But
got.
they're all like Abercrombie and Fitch models, though, right? They're like
Well, they're
all
on
automated.
CW, so that
Yeah.
that's like the rule. If you want to be on CW, you have to be attractive or very attractive.
You know, I just realized, man, we didn't watch any of the CW shows this last week. All the shows premiered: Supergirl, Flash,
Oh,
and
I
all that.
watched them. I didn't watch
Oh, you
Arrow
did?
though.
Oh, you bastard! I didn't watch. I think I'm halfway through the Flash right now, and
It's
not
annoying.
really.
It's annoying. They did the all the shows
Not
except for
digging it.
Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow once again tries to reinvent themselves, and they're trying to stay
Hmm.
fresh, which is kind of cool. It still
Yeah.
deals with time, but the way that they attack how to deal with time is pretty cool.
Well,
So that still is my favorite of the shows. The Flash did the same thing they did last season, which was they somewhat resolved the issue in like the first 15 minutes of the
yeah, I
show.
fucking hate that. I stopped watching it right when that happened. I was like, okay, I'll
And
watch this. I'll watch this later. I heard Arrow, like reports about Arrow, though. I heard was a holy shit
really,
episode. So
so I still have that. I haven't watched
yeah,
that yet.
yeah, because
Supergirl was the same thing that the Flash did. The kind of thing was basically resolved in like the first. Well, it was actually later in the episode than it was for the Flash. Um,
okay,
but
man, they got to get on that.
Supergirl, I think Supergirl this season might be pretty decent. There's still anytime they mention the Guardian, I fucking cringe.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
that I don't think that guy could do it, just that it just feels fucking forced and
yeah.
stupid. Like it's very borderline jumping the shark with a guy who took pictures all his life is now a fucking superhero. It's almost as dumb as Mr. Terrific and fucking Arrow. Except if you
Yeah.
look at Jimmy Olsen or James Olsen in this one
Oh,
in
he could kick
Supergirl
someone's ass.
versus
Yeah.
the guy in Arrow, you're like, okay, if I had to put a suit on somebody, I would put it on James Olsen, not this fucking guy.
Oh yeah, he could take Mr. Terrific out in a second.
Yeah,
Turn him into Mr. Horrific.
Mr. Terrific and his two balls, his two flying balls,
Oh yeah, I can. Oh Jesus.
two flying balls.
I forgot about that.
His two flying balls from Phantasm.
See Ben Affleck show up. He's like, oh, them balls, yo. Oh God. All right. Well, that was a pretty full casserole, actually. I'm
Yeah, we talked a
kinda
lot of
full.
those shit. We don't really ever talk about that much
We
stuff
don't
in
really
one
ever
episode
have
anymore.
don't really have the opportunity that often, unless we did a couple of these a week, which we just don't have time for.
No,
Usually.
nothing like kind of usually. It's usually the perfect storm of not having anything interesting to talk about, and also
Mhm.
a ton of like cool things happened, and
Yes.
then we've watched a bunch of stuff that we never watched before.
No, we've got.
Um,
I mean, there's still some stuff. We got. There's a lot of movies to talk about here really soon, but it's not starting till like November or something like that.
yeah,
So we've got.
Thor looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah,
Justice
Thor.
League we already told you about.
And we got our. Oh, that's right. Last Jedi. We got the Last Jedi tickets for IMAX. So which I don't know. I guess they could talk about it now because it's like a 6 o'clock screening, which is hour earlier than
Right.
most other screenings, and plus there's like giving out goodies and popcorn and all kinds of shit. So
And a
tickets
special
cost a little
screening
more,
of the
but
bloopers.
yeah, man, I can't. I'm freaking out after that trailer. I'm freaking out even more now. I cannot wait. And like you were telling me earlier in the week, you're like, yeah, time's gonna slow down astronomically now.
Well, that week it will, that day even more so.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've got some cool stuff coming out. You know, like we said before, we've got movie reviews. We're going to revisit The Force Awakens. We might even have an interview popping out that's Star Wars wise that before Star Wars, I think. And then The Last Jedi review, and then of course our end of the year review.
I think we got a
So there's-
Halloween episode coming up too.
We do. That's right. That's right. And a Stranger Things episode. So
Fucking Halloween. I hope I can remember more movies for Halloween so that I don't have to watch any horror movies for that show.
Oh, I've got some horror movies lined up, I think, on Netflix right now, so I got to get to it this week.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Find some gems to talk about.
You're lucky.
Anyway.
You people are lucky you even got an It review. So close to not
Yeah.
seeing that movie.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you did because
I'm
that's
glad.
another
I'm
thing.
glad I did too, and I know I'm gonna have to go fucking see the sequel now,
Yeah.
which I'm not happy about because I don't go to horror movies
If
because
you
I'm a big pussy.
if you do some digging around, there's some really cool like casting like people dreaming about who they would cast for those roles, and there's some good ones. I saw some good ones out there where I was like, oh shit, yeah, that would be awesome. But anyway, uh, that was episode 103 of Chew on This, a Nerd United podcast. I'm BJ.
Nick,
Till next time, folks, chew on that.
later.